The beautiful town of Grenoble in the south of France is where Bernard Jackman and his family call home.
You have all the big shops. Everything needs is here. But yes, there's an intimacy about it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's a nice hot day for October. Welcome to Jackman, Hugh.
Very nice, I have to say. First of all, how does a man from Shillelagh in Wicklow end up as head coach in Grenoble?
Grenoble had just lost a semi-final in Pro D2, obviously trying to get up to the top 14, and they needed a defensive consultant and pitched for the job, did a couple of interviews on Skype, came over, sat down with Fabrice Landreau, who's still the director of rugby, and convinced him that I could do a job in terms of coaching their defence, so I went from there.
Chop, 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 chop! Prepare your eggs, more!
Has there been a universal positive reaction to Irish guys coming into a small club like this?
What the French admire about Irish rugby is how organised and how efficient they are considering the resources, and I suppose that's what we need to be in Grenoble, because we don't have the resources of other teams, so we need to maximise the resources that we put into the team to make sure we're reaching our potential.
2 years ago, Mike Prendergast was player-coach at Young Munster in Limerick, but when the chance came to join the setup in a top 14 side, it didn't take the former Munster scrum half long to make up his mind. Now he's an integral part of an ambitious side, playing an attractive brand of rugby.
From a coaching point of view, to have Bernard there is very beneficial. You know, our philosophy on the game is very similar. We're always bouncing things off each other, you know. Coming in as a skills coach allowed me last year to kind of build up my rugby lingo and my phrases or whatnot. So we do 2 or 3 classes a week here. So for me, it's very important, especially for getting your detail across, you know. This was a challenge at the start, very much so, but it's something that I've got used to over the last couple of months, I suppose. In rugby or in any sport, I don't think you can look too far ahead, and I suppose the role and the staff and the squad and I suppose lifestyle and everything that I'm working with at the moment, I'm really enjoying it, and my intentions are to potentially stay on here for a couple of years. You know, it's been a massive experience, obviously on the pitch, but also off the pitch, and for my family as well. You know, so as I say, I'm in no rush out of here, and I'm really enjoying my time here.
Walking around Grenoble, it's easy to get lost in the beautiful scenery and relaxed atmosphere of the locals who love their rugby and whose support the team simply couldn't do without. But for Jackman, the move to France could not have happened without the support of his family.
The move obviously required a leap of faith for you, but also for your wife and ultimately the kids as well. Was that a conscious thing? Obviously you had to take that into account when you decided to come out here.
Lifestyle in Grenoble in France is phenomenally good. You know what I mean? There's a huge amount of perks. We're getting experience that'll last us a lifetime, and we get a lot of quality family time as well because of the way the league works. We're immersing ourselves in the French lifestyle as well, which is important. You know, you got to buy into their culture, and we're enjoying that. And you know, the kids are learning to ski, which is obviously a factor that's key to this area, you know. And once my family are happy, it's easy for me, because rugby is what I love and it's my passion, and you know, I could be anywhere once I was working for a good rugby team.
For success on the pitch, it's vital that the players buy into what Grenoble are trying to achieve. There is no billionaire owner writing blank cheques here, so the club have to be resourceful about how they go about attracting new talent.
Came over here because I knew there was going to be opportunities for me which I wasn't going to get at home. I was offered to play here and I knew I was going to play. So it's a different style of play as to what they play back home as well, and I really like it. It's a lot of structure, and you know, the culture here is a lot more appealing to what's back home.
Chris Farrell also took a leap of faith by upping sticks at Ulster after a frustrating battle with injury.
One of my main reasons for leaving Ireland, I just needed to clear my head, get away, try and get injury free and try and get some game time. Birch has implemented a great game plan, and he's managed to change a little bit of French culture within this squad, definitely, which has been for the positive in this team, and the structure that he's implemented is working well, and we're playing some good rugby.
James Hart, who played under Jackman at Clontarf, is the veteran of the Irish contingent.
Clearly, maybe one day I'd like to get back. I've signed here till 2017, and the club are on an upward curve at the moment, which is nice to see, and just hopefully with results we can keep pushing for, you know, a top spot and playoff spot and maybe a Champions Cup spot. It's everyone's dream to play for their country, and I'm not going to lie to you and say, like, there isn't days where you don't think, oh, maybe going back home and playing for a province there might make it a bit easier.
Yeah, so this is Stade des Alpes. It's We were to play all our top 14 games. We played 13 games this year. We played 6 last year. It was built for the soccer team in the city 13 years ago, and they've gone down to the 3rd division, and they're only getting crowds of around 2,000 people. The mayor of the city wants us to come here and play our games. The atmosphere is phenomenal. Our own stadium, which we train in, which you saw, only holds 12,000 people, so it means we can bring 8,000 people more to our home games. But we want to have a system that gives us a chance to play and express ourselves, and it's a bit of a slag around, but we want to bring French player back to the top 14. You know, maybe it's a bunch of Paddies and South Africans and Kiwis and Fijians, and along with some French guys to do that, but that's where we want to get to. We want to be known for the brand of rugby we play, and obviously be winning as well. We're a club, we're looking forward rather than looking back. My director of rugby for East Landro has given me more and more power, and so I'm lucky that I have a guy like that who backs me. You know, I'm ambitious, I want to do well, I want to win things. You know, I want to win a top 14. And, ideally I want to win a European Championship, or Champions Cup. And there's no point being a club who are just thinking about survival. I think, listen, everyone looks to home at some stage, but for me, I want to be successful in France. I want to make sure that if I leave France, I leave France in my held head high. And when I'm good enough to go back to Ireland, hopefully I will be good enough. You know, obviously I'd like to go there and be successful. So the short, medium term is France, I think, you know. And, you know, what I do over those 2 years will decide what I do after that.